there's very little about espionage in the YouTube, at least what I can get in hand of. My experience is that some criminals, they might relate to copy market, they might relate to tariff financing, they might relate to greedy industry owners. But what they do is they pick somebody they know have a talent. It was writing and industrial design, right? And also science in different things, and they surveil and they buy people to get the data for them. That could be lawyers, doctors, therapy, room surveillance, telecompany. And by the total surveillance of a person, there will be like a drip of, oh, this is possible. She's writing a synopsis for a film, or she's designing something useful, or she's wondering about something in nature or whatever. And the total surveillance is then used by these people for their commercial means. And that's industrial design spionage, or film industry spionage. And they also they can even educate the person in the areas where they're most interested. It's a little bit like copy fabric things. For example, I was very hooked on making design for perfume, right? That is a big copy market on that. And there's a big war going on from the companies that owns the brands and for pirate copies, right? So when I made a lot of design of perfume, I thought that it was a middle trader that had sold my design to the brands, illegal, right? But later I found out that all of the things the things I made, design, they were taken by pirate copy market. So they had nothing to do with the brand. I just didn't know because they were sold in airport, in shops. And I thought like this can only be the brand involved, but it wasn't. When you have a pirate copy market, as you see we all know this about watches and brands, right? But the thing is that it's a very big business that serve tourism and also serve less fortunate country. For example, in this country, a lot of the things that I would buy, I couldn't afford it if it was the real brand. So that's the reason why they have copy pirates in admission. They sometimes do a raid on something, but mainly they don't, right? So you have like a legalized illegal market. There also a problem with, for example, film credit or film royalty is that it's a lot of money if you're lucky making a success, right? And there will be somebody trying to make that the same or taking your finances. And that's what they did in my case. They took my finances. It went totally tragic in 2012 that they took my boy. And I think that the motivation for that, beside of being greedy, was that they knew that that fight in the court system would take a lot of time and a lot of attention, and it will end nowhere. They knew that the social system, there's no human rights, there's no security. It's a wild west. And while I was spending 10 years on that, they could spend the millions I earned. That's how they do it. So you're talking about piracy. Another thing is copy bans and piracy CD and DVDs, and now it's on the net also, right? Is that there's a risk that the original artist get kicked out of his own brand, or worse, right? So you have a scene where there's a lot of copy artists, and that's a threat to the original artist, as in my case too, right? And you also have some follow up people who kind of get involved in this kind of cult industrial spionage, right? And they kind of get some data what they're using for writing commercials, stand-up, books, and so on. They are not really aware that these data is industrial spy. They think it's okay, meaning that somebody get into this field not really knowing that this is serious crime and that there might be blackmail after or the children get hurt or whatever. So basically, all of the pirate market is what the name is, piracy. In Denmark, I went to court saying my child was getting hurt. I was exposed to industrial spy. They ignored it. Lawyers ignored it. Organization ignored it. The involved media didn't want to talk about it. And then we got the murder case and Weinstein case. In Denmark, they have no language for this. You cannot say, well, I've been a victim of industry espionage and violation. They don't act on it.